All right, let's solve Leetcode number of connected graphs. So with this question, basically you have been given number of nodes and as a variable of number of nodes, and then you've been given number of edges, which in this case is like 1, and then right. They want you to return the number of connected graphs. If you represent this in a graph format, you basically get 0 going to 1 and then 1 going to 2. We have 3 here that is going to 4. And clearly, as we can see here, not sure if it was mentioned in the question, but this is an undirected graph, right? This is basically a graph traversal question where we can use BFS or DFS to traverse this. If you start from 0 to 5, at each point you can find the number of graphs that you can get in contact with, the number of nodes that you can link up to. So you can start from here going 1 2, and then that'll be the end of it. So as you keep traversing and as you keep looping and get to 3, from 3 you can also get to 4, right? Basically the key things that you should know will be BFS or DFS, like I mentioned. Know how to form an adjacency list, and then you should be good. There is another example here, another example that was given in the question. This one that's is like same variable for n, but the edges is like 0 1 1 2 2 3, and then 3 4 3 4, right? With that, you can start from 0 here. 0 goes to 1, 1 goes to 2, 2 goes to 3, and 3 goes to 4. So with this one, there are no disconnection. We just, if you stand at any point, you can get to all 4. There's a path to all other 4 nodes, right? So this will just be a 1. But yeah, basically all you need to know about this is just a graph traversal. And if you're familiar with BFS and DFS, or DFS, you should be able to get this solved. Also know how to form an adjacency list from a list of edges, right? So let's go see how we can get this solved. So first, let's form our adjacency list, which is equal to default dict list. So for x, y in edges, graph x, append y, and then for graph key y, append x. Okay, so now we have our adjacency list formed. Next thing, let's get our results. This is something we're going to do. Let's go to 0. We have visited, which is going to be a set. Now let's form our BFS traversal here. It's going to take in a node, and then we're going to set a queue. Let's go to the queue, and then we append the queue. We append a node onto the queue. All right. So while the queue is still active, let's say node is equal to q dot pop left for each neighbor in graph node if neighbor not in visited. Scene.add, you add that to the scene and then you append that to the Q2. So this is just a simple traversal. Visited is going to have all the nodes that you have visited in this graph. So now let's look for node in range n. If the node has not already been visited, then you do a DFS on it, and then you increase results by 1. You return results. So the first part is knowing how to set up your adjacency list. The second part is a BFS or a DFS traversal. You do a loop, and then at each point, at each node, if that node has not already been visited, you do a DFS traversal on it, and then you increase the count. Let's see if this is right. So it's a BFS, not a DFS. Clearly that's what it says here. So let's see if, alright, so that is it. This is how you solve Leetcode premium question number of connected components in an undirected graph. Thanks for watching. See you in the other one.